Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the City Witch and today we're going to be reviewing a brand new tarot deck that I have in my collection. This is the Sailor Moon Tarot by Shinnoyume, and I do hope I'm saying your name right, Shino. If I'm saying it wrong, my apologies. So Shinnoyume is an independent artist who has created this absolutely stunning tarot deck, and it is fully Sailor Moon themed. So if that's something that appeals to you, then please give me a thumbs up, click the bell, and YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. And if you want to show some love and support for this amazing creator, all of the links for this creator are provided on the description of the video, which will take you to their social media as well as their website, where you can purchase this and many of their other amazing, fabulous items that they have created. So let's begin by taking a look at the box. So artwork, absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the colours, guys, and look at that stunning front cover. That is beautiful. The box is gloss, so there is a shimmer to it. And then when you flip it over, this is what the back looks like. The writing on the front and on the back is slightly embossed, so it does pop up a little bit. And then on the design, we obviously have Sailor Moon in the middle here, all of the Sailor crystals around the outside, and then the different compacts that she uses to transform are in the corners. And then on the front, we have all of our favourite Sailor Scouts. We have the tools that they used, and then all of their crystals at the bottom here. Beautiful. So the box itself is just made out of cardboard. That's probably the only disappointing thing for me personally. The box made a long journey to get to me. And when it did arrive, unfortunately, my box was ever so slightly damaged and a little bit dinted in places, because this is delicate cardboard, the box. It's not a hardback protective box. So my box has this slight dint and crease in this corner. It's okay on the outside for the rest of it. It's a little bit battered and bent there and slightly torn in the corner there, but other than that, it's okay. The inside was slightly more damaged than the outside. So I think what I'm personally going to do, because this is a beautiful box and I obviously don't want to see it get damaged any more than it already has on its journey to come to me here in England. So I've decided I'm going to purchase a separate Sailor Moon pouch to keep my cards in. And I'm going to put this box on display with all of my other anime collectibles in a glass cabinet. So it means this won't get any more damaged, it will stay beautiful forever, and it means it's safe and secure, and it will be a collector's item as well. So that's a choice that I've personally made. There are some fantastic pouches for Sailor Moon themed fabrics on Etsy, so if that's something that when you get this deck you want to do as well, you can go in Etsy and Google Sailor Moon pouch or Sailor Moon fabric, and all of that comes up. If you're creative and crafty, you can make your own pouch, but there are a few already available online for you to purchase if you want. And actually, I think that that's probably something extra this creator could have done, was include maybe a pouch. So if you didn't want to wreck this box, you can keep your cards separate if you wanted to. So food for thought for the future, perhaps. So if I open this out, obviously, like I said, you can see that it is flimsy cardboard. If I flex it there, you can see what I mean. It's not hardback or anything. It is flexible and it has been glued around the edges. Now, the book for this tarot deck comes completely separate. If you purchase the two together like I did, the book will come inside the box. If you just purchase the deck, you won't get the booklet. You will only get the deck. You have to buy the booklet separate, guys. Oh, mine here has already decided to collapse in on itself. So this is another problem that I had with this. The deck, it is beautiful, but it's heavy and it's chunky, and it causes this to collapse on the edging. Can you see what I mean? So for me, my guidebook came bent, so there's actually a dint in it there. This is not equal, which kind of irritated my mother because she's a Virgo and she likes things to be balanced and equal. So you can see this is thinner to this here. This also starts up thicker at the top and gets thinner as it goes down here. And then this side, because obviously it was slightly damaged, my box, has collapsed in on itself and it's actually ripped and torn in the corner here, which is a bit of a shame. So to protect this box, like I said, I'm going to keep it in a cabinet completely separate from the deck so it doesn't get any more damaged. So here is the guidebook. And on the back, we have a beautiful little saying. It says, each and every one of us has stars in our hearts. Believe in the power of the stars and let the cards guide you towards your dreams. Oh, it's nice. So the guidebook front cover matches the box. It says Sailor Moon Tarot Fortune Book. And then we have a title page. And then we do have some lovely artwork in this guidebook as well. So here we have all of our favourite Sailor Scouts. At the top, we have Sailor Moon as her Neo Queen Serenity form with her silver crystal in her hand. We have Mercury, we have Mars, Jupiter, Venus, we have Saturn, Pluto, Neptune and Uranus. And then here in the middle, we have Chibi Moon. And then the contents of this book includes an introduction, Major Arcana and Minor Arcana, and then the Minor Arcana is split up into the suits of Cups, Swords, Wands and Pentacles. We have tarot reading steps, so it's kind of advice. And then we have a 3-card spread, a Celtic cross spread, horseshoe spread, decision-making spread and a pentagram spread. Now I personally would have liked to have seen a completely creative new spread that was unique to this deck and Sailor Moon themed, but the ones we have are all basic spreads that you can find anywhere, guys, but it's nice that there are some spreads included in this book. The guidebook is full colour, which is also nice. I do like when they go the extra mile on the guidebook. And then we have some words of wisdom over here. The stars in our hearts will guide us to our destiny. This fortune book is created to accompany the Sailor Moon tarot cards, which includes the meanings of all 78 tarot cards, the reading preparation method, the shuffling and cutting methods, and the 5 methods of fortune telling using the Sailor Moon tarot cards, with examples of each fortune telling method to practice interpreting your cards. The fortune telling methods include destiny reading, passion reading, mental reading, compatibility reading, and romance reading. In a tarot reading, your own intuition is everything. The meaning of the cards in this guidebook will give keywords and general idea of what the cards mean. Associate these words with your very first intuition that flashes in your mind to associate the card's meaning with the main question of the reading to procure your own interpretation. And then here we have a quick guide, and this kind of just tells you what the main characters of the cards are. So as an example, we have the Starlights, the Companions, Queen Villains, we have the Dead Moon Circus, the Witches 5, the Black Moon Clan, the 4 Heavenly Knights, and notable humans, which are human characters from the TV show. The Major Arcana is all the main characters from the show as well. So our Sailor Scouts, you know, Queen Serenity, Sailor Cosmos, so on and so forth. Now, this is really, really handy. We have a card design in this guidebook, so it tells you how to read your card and to interpret some of the extra information that's given on the card in the form of symbolism. So first of all, you have your card number at the top. At the bottom, you have your character name as well, and then you have the tarot name. So the example being used here is Zoisite, who is the 2 of Cups, and you can see the 2 at the top. Then here we have the association. So we have 2 cups, which for this particular tarot deck is the chalice that was used from the TV show. We have in the 4 corners of the card the different compacts that we use. So we have the Crisis Moon compact up here. At the bottom, we have the Eternal Moon artifact. Then we have the Chibi Moon compact, and then the Cosmic Heart compact up there. We have card attributes. So obviously to identify what this is, without looking at the bottom, like I said, you're going to see cups, swords or pentacles around here. Major Arcana cards will have designated flowers decorating the entire frame. So if it's a major card, you will see lots and lots of flowers on it, which will also be an indicator. Like I said, character names at the bottom. So this one's Zoisite. Then we have the character symbol. So we have Zoisite, the crystal that's been put on the card as well. And then here you will see these 2 characters. So we have alternative forms that that character may have taken or as they've appeared in the show. So we have alternative character form 1 and then alternative character form number 2 over there. Then we have some information about the major arcana, and then we dive into the cards. So the card layout in the book is very simple. You get a full page for the major arcana, and then later on in the book, you get a half page for the minor arcana. For each card, you will get symbolism that matches the character. So for Usagi, we have cherry blossoms and the crescent moon, which is two symbols that have been chosen for her. We have her alternative forms. So we have pajama Usagi and classic Sailor Moon. Then we have our meanings with our keywords. So you've got an upright meaning and a reverse. So you can obviously reverse this deck if you choose. And then we have some information here, and then the color scheme as well. Character name down the side, and then the card is at the top. And then every card is exactly like that in the guidebook. And then go into the back. So here we have some beautiful artwork of some of the villains. I love Queen Beryl. Absolutely beautiful queen, I thought. And that fight scene between her and Sailor Moon in the original 90s show, perfection. Every single time I watch that, makes me cry. Hands down, one of the best scenes ever, I think. Then we have tarot reading steps. So this is some information and guidance on how to read your cards. Then we have some information if you want to do a 3-card spread. So past, present, future, you, your path, potential, you, relationship, partner, situation, action, outcome, idea, process, aspiration. So there's just a few ideas for doing a 3-card spread. Then we have the Celtic cross, and again, information on how to read that. Then we have the horseshoe spread, decision-making spread, and then the pentagram spread, and at the end, beautiful full page of Sailor Cosmos. And then we just have some copyright information to end the book. So that is the guidebook, guys. It's quite a slim guidebook, but it does give you everything that you need to know about this deck. And if you are already a tarot reader, you probably will read this once and then never read it again, to be honest, because as an advanced reader, we don't tend to read the guidebooks. As a new tarot card reader or somebody that's not as confident with a deck that isn't a Rider-Waite, you will probably need the guidebooks that will give you lots of information and teach you how to read this deck until you get comfortable and familiar with it. Okay? So this is what the inside of the box looks like. As I say, mine has come slightly damaged. I believe many other people, theirs arrived fine. It has travelled a long way to get to me, and obviously the courier wasn't as gentle as they could have been with it, which is a bit of a shame. But the cards are completely fine, which is the main thing. So I will get the cards out of the box and we will take a look. Okay, so this is just a insert in here. So as you can see, just a cardboard insert. So you can like refold this and everything. And then we have the 2 crystals here. So we've got the Sailor Silver crystal, and then we've got obviously Prince and Demion's crystal there, which is the golden one. And then here we have our cards. Okay, so let's check out the cards. So first impressions of the pattern on the back of the card is very positive, very good. I love the colour and the design. The design is a simple design, which means you cannot tell whether the card is the right way up or reversed, which is something I love about all of my decks. I don't like to know in advance. I do like to be surprised when I flip the card over. I love that we have all the symbols for the Sailor Scouts. We've got Sailor Moon mid-transformation in the middle, and then we've got all the various different compacts that was used to transform in the show. So that is a lovely, lovely touch. The cards are glossy, and they are very, very big. I mean, they're as big as my hand. If I compare this with a regular tarot card, so this is a tarot card from the Lightseers Tarot, you can see the difference, guys. So there is a lot of extra card space here, and then it is actually slightly wider as well. So these are really big cards. Because of that, I would not choose to fan shuffle these. I would probably choose to either shuffle them that way, or I would cut the deck and fold them into each other like that. I think that's probably the safest way so these don't get damaged. The card quality is also very on the thin side. So you're going to have to take care of these and be careful with them. I think they could easily bend or rip if you misuse them or you're a bit rough with them. So just be mindful of that, guys. I personally would have liked these to have been slightly thicker cardstock. But I do have a couple of decks that are this thin, and they were from really big producer companies like Llewellyn. So you do get some decks that are on the thinner side. Just depends on what cardstock quality you personally like, guys. I like them to be slightly thicker, such as this one. This is a bit on the thicker side. It's harder to bend, which means it's more long lasting and hard wearing. So let's turn the cards over and check out the deck. Okay. So what I've decided to do, guys, is I'm going to talk to you about the major arcana cards, because all of the characters are main characters from the show. I know how to safely pronounce their names without getting it wrong. Whereas the minor arcana cards, because there's so many of them and so many characters, some of them I feel like I'm going to pronounce the names incorrectly. So rather than do that, I'm going to stick to the major arcana and then stay silent for most of the minor arcana. I think that's probably the best way to do this review, rather than try and trip up over my own words and pronounce the names incorrectly and upset or annoy anyone. So bear with me, guys. So for the Fool card, which is 0 in the tarot, we have Usagi, which is Serena from the English version of the show. I think this is an absolutely perfect choice for the Fool. She displays Fool qualities perfectly. I love this image as well. She's in a school uniform. She's rushing, yet again overslept. She's got toast in her mouth. Luna, who's obviously telling her off and unimpressed. Her homework is not finished. We've got her transformation pen. Her shoe isn't on. We can see she's sleepy. So one of her transformations or typical images we see of her is in her pajamas. And then we've got her Sailor Moon half over here. And then if you remember in the guidebook, it also said for all major characters, you're going to see flowers around the card. So for Usagi, we have the cherry blossom, which is a beautiful choice. So there we go. So that is our first card. For card number 1, the Magician, we have Sailor Venus. And I must admit, when I saw this, my mind went to Rey, Sailor Mars, because obviously the spiritual aspect. But they actually chose her for the High Priestess, which is a better choice for her in my opinion. And then when I was thinking about it, my mind then said to me, you know what? Sailor Venus would be the next logical choice for the Magician, in my opinion. So I do think this is a really good second choice. And I love this card. I think it's beautiful. And again, we have the flowers. We have her love chain here. She's kissing us a heart over here. And then for the Sailor Scouts, they chose their princess version over here and then the school version here. And then obviously their scout version in the middle, which is, again, a lovely choice. So High Priestess is Sailor Mars, Rey, like I said, and we have beautiful flowers for her as well. She's holding one of her talismans, and then we've got this beautiful fire around her. For the Empress, we have Neo, Queen, Serenity. And here we have her with her crown on and everything over here, and then her slightly younger version here, yet to have the crown where she's just a princess. So we're sort of seeing her in her stages. And then we've got beautiful silvery white roses around her. And then, of course, the Emperor has to be King Endymion. So here we have the Prince version here in his warrior form. And then we have, again, another version of him there. And then, obviously, later in life version here, where he's fully matured and king. And I love that we have the Earth here. I'm pretty sure for the... Ooh, I can't pick up the cards. There we go. Yeah. So here we have the Earth and then we have the Moon. So it's the marriage of the two, which is lovely. So there we go. For the Hierophant, which again, I thought was a perfect choice, we have Sailor Pluto. So we have the princess version over here and then her adult working version here in her clothes. I love this smoky magic effect around her. And then, of course, we have Pluto, the planet, in the background. Now, this was an interesting choice for me. I personally would have chosen for the lovers Usagi and Prince Endymion. I would have gone with them because their love story was epic throughout the Sailor Moon collection. And I think that would have been a really good choice. But this, for me, was a really good second choice as well because of how they care for each other, their bond. They're just really close. And I do think that this is a beautiful image as well. So, yeah. This is a good card, but for me, I probably would have gone with the classic of the lovers being the prince and princess, because that just made sense to me. So here we have Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Then the Chariot, they chose Tuxedo Mask. And in Justice, we have Sailor V, which again, I thought was a really good choice. And then we have Artemis in the background. For the Hermit, we had Queen Serenity. So this is obviously Serena's true mother. And I love that for her, it wasn't transformations, it was her saving all the souls of her people, sending them to Earth to be reincarnated. Beautiful. And I love that we have the wand in the image as well for her. Then for the Wheel of Fortune, we have Sailor Chibi Chibi Moon. And then obviously we can see how she will become Sailor Cosmos in the future here. And then we've got her in her regular form and then her transformation in the middle. And again, you can sort of see the hint at Sailor Cosmos up here at the top. Strength, of course, absolutely 100%. It had to be Sailor Jupiter, the power queen herself. And I love that we've got these beautiful pink roses for her, because that's what her earrings always were as well. For the Hanged Man, we have Parallel Sailor Moon. So I will just flip that so you can see it from that angle and see her as a character. There we go. And of course, my favourite Sailor Scout of all time absolutely had to be Death. This is a spot on, most perfect choice. We have Sailor Saturn, Death herself, with her scythe and everything. And I love that we've got skulls in this image. Beautiful. Temperance, we've got Sailor Mercury, Amy. It's beautiful. These cards are so colourful. And of course, the Devil has to be Black Lady. She was probably one of my favourite villains, and my goddess, she was sexy. Look at that dress. Look at those legs. I do think that this is a absolutely perfect portrayal of her. And I love that the moon is a dark black red moon behind her. That is amazing. And then we've got these purple black roses for her as well. And I like the way that her kind of alter ego is obviously we're seeing the princess, Chibi Moon herself, and then we're seeing the transformation of her for the first time into her scout form here when she grows up just a little bit after this experience of being Black Lady. Beautiful. And then the Tower, this made perfect sense as well. We've got Crystal Tokyo, because obviously we see the fall of Crystal Tokyo. We know that it's a disaster zone and that it is going to blow up and be destroyed. The Star, we have Sailor Chibi Moon with Luna P. We have a princess form, and then when she's on Earth, we have her in her little form there in her school uniform. And of course we have her little wand as well. It's cute. Then Sailor Moon has to be the Moon card. We have Eternal Sailor Moon here. Beautiful. And then for the Sun, they chose to go with Super Sailor Moon and Super Sailor Chibi Moon. I actually think I would have gone with Helios, because obviously he's kind of that sun, unicorn, bright energy. So I personally would have chose him, but this is a really good second choice, I think. But let me know what you guys think as well. Judgment. This is perfect. Sailor Cosmos. That is a beautiful card, and I love that all the roses are multicoloured. We can see obviously Chibi Chibi Moon over here, and then obviously the future princess version of her here when she's not in her sailor transformation. And then the world has to be all of the scouts together, and this is obviously the front cover of the box as well. And this is probably my second favourite card, I think. So my favourite is Death as Sailor Saturn. Now we're going into the minor arcana. So some of these I will say and some of them won't. So for the King of Swords, we have Helios. And then we have his two little assistants here as well. I forget their names. For the Queen of Swords, they went with Artemis. For the Knight of Swords, we've got Sailor Galaxia, and actually I would have pegged her for a queen or a king, you know, a really powerhouse card. And actually she could have been the Sun card as well with all her golden glory. Page of Swords. I'm not going to say this one because I think I'll get it wrong. 10 of Swords. So Sailor Lethe and Sailor Mimosi, I think. And then 9 of Swords, Sailor Iron Mouse. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Seven of Swords, Tiger's Eye. Let me know what you think of these choices for the cards, guys. 6 of Swords, Naboo and Ishtar. 5 of Swords, Mehmet and Professor Tomo. And then the 4 of Swords, we have Prince Diamond. And again, I kind of feel like Prince Diamond could have been a court card rather than a minor card. 3 of Swords. 2 of Swords, Kunzite. And the Ace of Swords, we have Andrew, and then his girlfriend. And then obviously Lita cooking for him. And then we go into Cups. So King of Cups, Sailor Star Fighter. Queen of Cups, we've got Luna. Knight of Cups, Mistress 9. I love for her how we see her take over Sailor Saturn's body before she transforms, and then here we're seeing that she's, you know, kind of pushed her out, took her body back, and is fully Sailor Saturn at last when she transforms. Page of Cups, Princess Snow Kaguya. I think I said that right. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Nine of Cups, Sailor Aluminium Siren. And then 8 of Cups. Seven of Cups, we've got Fisheye. 6 of Cups. 5 of Cups. 4 of Cups, we've got Sapphire. The 3 of Cups. So that's Bertha. 2 of Cups, we've got Zoisite. And then Ace of Cups, we've got Serena's adoptive family that obviously she was born into when she resurrected. And then we've got King of Wands, Sailor Star Maker. Queen of Wands, Princess Kaguya. The Knight of Wands, we have Queen Beryl. Again, I think she should have been a queen card, like that queen power rolling off of her. And then Page of Wands, we have Alan and Anne. So Alan and Anne. Just going to move these over ever so slightly to give myself some more room. So we have the 10 of Wands. And then the 9 of Wands, Sailor-led Crow. The 8 of Wands. The 7 of Wands, we've got Hawk's Eye. Six of Wands. Five of Wands. Four of Wands, Rubius. Three of Wands, Khan. She was fabulous, I thought. Two of Wands, Jediite. An Ace of Wands, we've got Grandpa. Love it. Absolutely love it. I love how happy he is in that image as well. And then Chad. And then we're moving into Pentacles now. So we have the King of Pentacles, Sailor Star Healer. Queen of Pentacles, Diana. So obviously this is Luna and Artemis's daughter in the future, and her human transformation. Knight of Pentacles, Queen Nahalia. I think I'm saying that right. Nahalian. Probably not saying it right, but I tried. I thought it was sad what happened to her, actually. Page of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, the DD girls. The 9 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles, Esmeralda. Emerald for short. She was the one who turned into a dragon, and there she is in a dragon form there. 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles, Nephirite. And then Ace of Pentacles, we're ending with Serena's friends. So Melman and, oh, I always forget her name. But you guys will probably know. So yeah, so that is all of our cards. So let me know what you think of the deck, guys. Like I said, I think that this would be quite difficult to read for a beginner without the guidebook, but for those advanced practitioners of tarot who've been around the block a few times, they know how to read the Rider-Waite and they understand tarot, could read this very easily, no problem. I think even if you're not going to read tarot and you're just a Sailor Moon fan, this is a stunning deck to have in your collection. So yeah, I am very, very happy with my deck. I think it's beautiful, it's well designed. I think the artwork just is amazing, and I truly thank the creator for designing this masterpiece. I would probably score this probably an 8 out of 10. I think for me, if the box was hardback and had just been structured slightly more solidly, I would have given it a 10 out of 10 easily. I think this is a beautiful deck. I know some people don't like thinner cardstock, but I don't mind it. I have decks of all different varieties of cardstock. I use them all equally and I've never had a problem with any of them. So that doesn't particularly bother me, but because the box, like I said, was slightly more delicate, and I'm worried about damaging it further, I am going to buy a pouch for this deck to keep it in so I can use it whenever I want, and I'm going to store this in my display cabinet. The guidebook, like I said, is sold separately, so you will have to buy this separate. The deck itself cost me, I think, about it's either 60 or 70 quid, and then the guidebook was like another $15 or something, and then with the shipping I think overall it cost me like 110, I think, to get. As a collector's piece and to splurge and treat myself, I don't mind, but that is a pretty penny, guys, so just to make you aware. But I am very happy with it. I do love this deck. I can't wait to use it and start working with it, and I am looking forward to the card captors one as well, which I will also review. So that concludes my review. Let me know what you guys think. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, click the bell, and YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. If you'd like to book a tarot reading from me, you can do that via Facebook, Instagram, X, or via my email, and all the links are provided, guys. And if you'd like to contact the creator of this deck or purchase any of their other items, all the links are provided, as I've said. Thank you for watching till the end and supporting me. I do appreciate it. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Blessed be.